Hello, welcome to HPE Discover 2025 from Las Vegas. I'm Alexia Clements, Senior Vice President of Hybrid Cloud Solution Sales at HPE. Joining me today is Andy Tay, the Global Lead for Accenture Cloud First and a member of Accenture's Global Management Committee. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Alexia, thanks for having me. Super excited. It's my first session here.
Terrific.
I'm just super excited.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. You know, Accenture and HPE have had a very long-standing relationship, so we value that partnership. I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about, you talk to CIOs in your daily life. What are you seeing, with many CIOs are really shifting their focus because of the growth as economic outlook is improving? What are you seeing their biggest concerns and barriers to success are?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. I think what we see across a number of our CIO clients is, I would probably categorize it in under three things. The first is really, with this pace of innovation across the board, their sort of estate is highly complex. Lots of technologies in there. And the first is perhaps orchestrating that architecture and figuring out what to do, what stays private, what's edge, what's hybrid, what's public, and now you've got sovereign, you've got all of that. And how do I architect that and how do I operate and live in that? The second is really around how do I adopt AI in a scaled, safe, way that allows me to sort of leapfrog with innovation. Mm-hmm. And then the third is, how do I now put all of that and accelerate that pace? And that sort of comes into people. It's less about just technologies, it's also people. And how do I sort of modernize my people, not just modernize my estate? And so those are probably the three categories that we see our sort of CIO clients grapple with as they sort of push to reinvent themselves.
They've got a lot on their plates, right?
Yeah.
And how is Accenture helping them with that?
Well, I'm just super excited. As you touched on, we've got a strong ecosystem of partners, and I'm really excited with the partnership that we've got with you, with HPE. It's been about 25 years where we've been stitching together our solutions and taking joint propositions and joint offerings to our clients. And in today's environment with all sort of the agentic era, I'm really bullish on what we can do together to advance our clients' reinventions.
I think so too. What are you seeing with clients and how they're approaching GenAI?
Well, I think AI overall is an area where they're now sort of moving well past the sort of experimentation phase and now looking at how do we scale this and make it real. And so you're seeing a broad base of I'd say ingestion of AI, and broadly we would probably see it in three categories. We saw a massive push on the SDLC side, where with developers way back when we were perhaps cutting code. You'd have a pair programmer that was another human. Well, now it's another agent with you.
Yes.
And so we're seeing that momentum. We're seeing a second momentum area around marketing and customized offerings, for clients, and really accelerating growth there. And then customer support has been one where clients have really leaned on GenAI, and GenAI has sort of really moved the needle on customer support and all that sort of care and advancing a set of experiences on the service side. How's Accenture looking at that from a GenAI perspective, and what solution are you trying to positioning with customers to help them with those three areas? I think, Alexia, what we're seeing is clients are well past that sort of experimentation phase and they're into scale. Mm-hmm. And when you think of the scale, there really, I would say, broadly two arenas that we're sort of looking at. One is, pre-assembled solutions that just simply work together, be it agents or models or knowledge or governance. And the second is really around doing that in a regulated, safe, responsible way. Yep. And so what we've done is assemble a capability which we call AI Refinery. Mm-hmm. And our Refinery solution is essentially built with HPE and NVIDIA. So it's a multi-environment or a multi-ecosystem solution. It's powered by NVIDIA, but of course we've now added to it PCAI, the HPE Private Cloud AI capability. We've put Refinery on top of that, and we're now going to market with that combined set of pre-assembled solutions to advance our clients' AI journeys.
And that's what we're seeing is clients, it's now the era from pilots to production, right? And I think the partnership between Accenture, HPE, and NVIDIA can really help drive that. What are some of the use cases that you see consistently from customers that can layer on to AI Refinery?
I think what we're seeing is the AI Refinery solution is applicable multi-industry, be it on FS, financial services, or healthcare, or manufacturing, right across the board. We're seeing strong uptake across the board there. In banking, there's good uptake, and all of that. But as I mentioned earlier, it really does cut across both front office and back office, SDLC, marketing, customer support, but back office, and we're also seeing strong uptake on modernizing legacy environments. And so we're just really bullish about its capability and pouring weight behind it alongside HPE.
We're excited as well. Is there a success that you've seen already with one of your customers that you may want to highlight?
I'd probably just touch on some of the industry areas. Healthcare is a strong area. Of course, HPE, you're taking it on as well. We're super excited to see how that powers your reinvention. And banking is another area that we're seeing strong uptake and in terms of reinventing and allowing our banking clients to move faster in a sort of more responsible way.
And how they're driving their business outcomes with AI Refinery.
Yeah.
It's great to see. And this is so remarkable, the partnership and what we're doing. And I just think together there's so much that we can be doing to really, drive market-leading solutions that are automated. And really, I think the managed platform with AI Refinery on private cloud, HPE Private Cloud, I think it's going to really make a difference for our customers.
I think it is. You're absolutely right. The sort of combinatorial effect of what we're doing with what you've got on private cloud AI, HPE PCAI, and coupled with NVIDIA, that combinatorial power or combinatorial innovation is just significant, and I think will help our clients reinvent themselves even faster.
I think it's a winning solution.
Indeed.
So we're thrilled to have you here at Discover. Thank you for the over 25-year partnership. Thank you for being with us here and really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Alexia.
To learn more about HPE Private Cloud AI, please go to hpe.com/discover. Thank you.